The UN Security Council has failed to agree on a European and US-backed statement condemning the violence in Syria. The draft resolution demands an immediate end to President Bashar Al-Assad's attempts to crush the challenge to his rule. Liao Liang has the story.
France, Britain, Germany and Portugal circulated a draft media statement on Monday calling for the 15-member council to condemn the violence
used by the government of Syria.
But during consultations on Wednesday afternoon, several members stated their opposition. Russia said the Syrian government's actions don't threaten international peace. China and India called for political dialogue and peaceful resolution of the crisis, with no mention of condemnation.
We welcome the fact that recently the government of Syria has lifted the state of emergency and will carry out political reforms and start a national dialogue. It has also decided to carry out an investigation of all the incidents that took place recently. We hope that these measures will help promote the achievement of the above-mentioned objectives.
Syria's UN ambassador Bashar Al-Assad questioned the unprecedented enthusiasm for the statement by some members, who he said at the same time show a lack of such enthusiasm for attempting to end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The ambassador blamed the violence on extremist groups seeking the fall of the Syrian government. He said law enforcement had acted with the utmost restraint to prevent the killing of civilians.
As a government, we cannot accept that some claim to value the lives of our sons more than we do. The policies of interfering in affairs of other states through various justifications and pretexts have always proven to be erroneous. We believe that some of the statements we heard today against Syria can only be an encouragement to extremism and terrorism. The price will be paid by innocents in Syria and the world.
But the United States and the Europeans painted a very different picture of events. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Susan Rice again accused Syria of casting blame on outsiders instead of responding to legitimate calls for reforms from the Syrian people. Meanwhile, the Human Rights Council based at the United Nations European headquarters in Geneva agreed to a U.S. request for a special session Friday focused on Syria. It is unusual for the UN's 47-nation council to agree to such a request, singling out the behavior of one nation. Liao Liang, CCTV.